Let's face it, many folks diving into investing often think they need to be top-notch stock pickers or timing wizards, endlessly analyzing every little detail. You might feel pressured to consume financial news daily, pore over charts, and forecast where the market might be headed next. But here's the reassuring truth. It doesn't have to be that complicated at all. In fact, one of the best investment strategies out there is also one of the simplest. No need for constant micromanagement, fancy tools, or trying to outsmart the competition. Today, Flo is going to take you through that straightforward strategy, index fund investing, with clarity and practicality. No hype, no gimmicks, just what truly works. So, what's an index fund anyway? At its core, an index fund is designed to track a specific market index. Instead of playing the guessing game with individual stocks, it simply mirrors the performance of a group of companies representing a slice of the market. Think of the S&P 500, which keeps an eye on 500 of the largest companies in the United States, or the NASDAQ 100, which focuses on leading tech firms. Imagine this. Rather than trying to pick the star player on a team, you're investing in the whole team. If the team does well, you benefit from that success as a collective. And that's the magic of index funds. Instead of stressing over which stock to buy or when to pull the trigger, Flo simply buys the whole collection. Historically, when the overall market grows over the long haul, so does his investment. There's no guesswork involved, no frantic predictions, no emotional reactions to short-term fluctuations. Just broad access to the market and a long-term mindset. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. You might think that professional investors, those armed with teams of analysts, advanced tech, and years of know-how, would easily outshine a simple strategy like this. But data tells a different story. Over the long term, most active investors struggle to beat the market. Studies show that around 80 to 90% of actively managed funds fall short of their benchmarks over a span of 15 years. So, why does this happen? It typically boils down to a few key issues. First off, let's talk fees. Actively managed funds often come with hefty fees compared to index funds. What might seem like a minor difference, say 1% versus 0.05% per year, can add up over time, nibbling away at your returns. Next, there's the emotional roller coaster. Investors often panic during market dips and become overly excited during rallies, leading to buying high and selling low. Exactly what you don't want to do. Then, there's overconfidence. Many investors think they can consistently pick winners, but the market is so intricate that even the pros find it tough to do reliably. Lastly, timing the market is a nightmare. Trying to launch in and out at just the right moments is incredibly challenging. Missing just a handful of the best market days can chop your long-term gains in half. When Flo chips in for index funds, a lot of these headaches fade away. He's not on a mission to outsmart the market, he's simply joining in. That's a monumental mindset shift. Moving from racing against the market to aligning with it, something every investor should embrace. Now, let's dive into something even more impactful: compounding. Compounding is often seen as the engine driving long-term wealth. It's the magical moment when your investment returns start generating their own returns. At the beginning, those gains can seem minimal. Progress feels slow. almost invisible, but over time, things start to awaken. Those small increases begin stacking up, the growth curve starts to accelerate, and what was once steady progress evolves into exponential growth. When flow combines three vital elements, broad market exposure, low fees, and long-term consistency, he sets the stage for compounding to work its wonders. And this is where index funds truly excel. Because they keep costs low and minimize trading, more flow's money just sits and grows. The longer it stays invested, the more time compounding has to weave its magic. It's not about chasing immediate profits. It's about maintaining consistency long enough for numbers to tip in your favor. But here's the twist. Even when people get this, many still find it hard to follow. Why is that? Because it feels too simplistic. As humans, we often link complexity with intelligence. We think if something is complicated, it must be more effective. But in the realm of investing, that assumption can backfire spectacularly. The truth is, the market rewards discipline far more than complexity. Sure, index investing might seem a bit dull. There's no constant action, no exhilarating thrills, no benefit of beating the system. But that's precisely why it produces results. While others throw themselves into trends, reacting to news and constantly shifting their strategies, flow remains steady. Over time, that consistency frequently leads to better outcomes. One of the leading reasons index funds thrive is because they strip away human error. They operate on a straightforward, rules-based approach, removing those emotional and psychological pitfalls many investors encounter. Now, let's bring this into our current reality. We're living in an era where technology and AI are revolutionizing finance. Data is everywhere, and analysis is quicker and more advanced than ever before. But here's the kicker. Access to information no longer provides an edge. Everyone's got access to data. Everyone can analyze markets. So, what genuinely gives you an advantage? Behavior. The ability to remain consistent. The ability to dodge emotional reactions. The ability to stick with a strategy even when it feels mundane. Index investing gives Flo the edge he needs. It simplifies his choices. It cuts down stress. It eliminates the need for constant reactions. And by doing so, it allows him to hone in on what truly matters. Time in the market rather than timing the market. Of course, index funds aren't foolproof. They won't shield you from market downturns. If the market dips, your investment will dip along with it. And they don't aim to outperform the market. They aim to keep pace with it. But for most investors, that's more than sufficient, because consistently matching the market with low costs and a disciplined approach often results in far better long-term outcomes than attempting and failing to beat it. So, as you embark on your journey to build long-term wealth, keep this in mind. You don't need to complicate investing. You don't need to predict the market. You don't need to keep adjusting your strategy. Sometimes the smartest move is the simplest one. That's precisely what Flo chooses to do. He invests regularly. He keeps his costs low. He practices patience. And he lets time do the heavy lifting. That's the genuine power of index funds. And that's the philosophy that fuels future flow. a smarter, simpler, and more rational way to build wealth in this complex world. If you value clarity over confusion and long-term strategy over the cacophony of short-term noise, think about subscribing. Because in the end, savvy investing isn't about doing more. It's all about doing what works and sticking with it.